I am 81 years old, and I want to say something that may surprise you. I am not afraid of getting older. What I am afraid of is losing myself, losing my voice, losing my choices, losing the quiet dignity I have worked a lifetime to protect. That is why I have made a decision that many people do not understand. I will never go into a nursing home. People often say it gently. They say it is for safety. They say it is for care. They say it is the best place when you get old. But deep inside, many of us feel something else. A quiet resistance, a tight feeling in the chest, a voice that says, "This is not how I want my life to end." If you have ever felt that way, even for a moment, then please stay with me. This message is for those of you who wake up early and sit in silence, for those who miss someone who once sat beside them, for those who still cook their own meals, fold their own clothes, and take pride in small routines, and for those who worry that one day all of that could be taken away. Today, I want to share 7 reasons why I have chosen a different path. These reasons come from living, from loving, from losing, and from learning what truly matters when time slows down. Reason number 1, losing personal privacy. One of the strongest reasons I will never go into a nursing home is the fear of losing my privacy. At this age, privacy is not a luxury. It is a form of dignity. It is the freedom to sit quietly without being watched, to think without interruption, to exist without explanation. After decades of living my own life, the idea of being constantly monitored feels deeply unsettling. In many nursing homes, privacy becomes limited. Doors open without warning. Schedules decide when you eat, sleep, and bathe. Staff come and go. Other residents share your space. Even with kind intentions, your life is no longer fully your own. For some people, that brings comfort. For me, it feels like slowly disappearing. I once knew a woman named Rose. She was 84 and lived alone for many years after her husband passed. She loved early mornings. She would sit by the window with a warm cup of tea and say her prayers in silence. When she moved into a nursing home after a fall, that quiet ritual disappeared. Her roommate liked the television on. Staff entered often. There was always noise. Rose told me she felt like she had lost the last private part of herself. Not her strength, not her mind, but her space. Privacy gives us control, and control gives us confidence. When privacy is taken away, many seniors begin to feel small, like children again, watched, managed, corrected. Over time, that feeling chips away at self-respect. And once dignity begins to fade, the spirit follows. At home, privacy means choice. I choose when to speak and when to be silent. I choose when to rest and when to move. I choose who enters my space and who does not. That freedom keeps me grounded. It reminds me that I am still a person with a life of my own, not just someone being looked after. For me, protecting my privacy is not about stubbornness. It is about honoring the life I have lived. After raising children, working, caring for others, and carrying responsibilities for decades, I believe I have earned the right to live my remaining years on my own terms, quietly, respectfully, fully myself. That is why losing personal privacy stands as the first and strongest reason I will never go into a nursing home. If you stay with me, then write one below. Reason number 2, comfort of home and memories. Another reason I will never go into a nursing home is the deep comfort that comes from staying in my own home. A home is not just a place where you sleep. It is a place where your life unfolded. Every room holds a memory. Every mark on the wall has a story. When you reach this age, those memories become anchors. They keep you steady when the world feels uncertain. Each morning, I wake up in a familiar bed. Sunlight comes through the same window it has for years. I know the sound of the floor beneath my feet. I know where everything is. That sense of familiarity brings peace. In a nursing home, everything is new. New walls, new sounds, new routines. For an older mind, that kind of change can feel overwhelming. I once spoke with a woman named Eleanor who was 82. She had lived in the same house for over 40 years. Her children grew up there. Her husband took his final breath there. Every holiday, every quiet afternoon, every laugh and tear lived inside those walls. When someone suggested a nursing home, she said it felt like being asked to leave her own history behind. She told me she would rather stay where her memories could keep her company. Comfort is not about luxury. It is about belonging. When you sit in your own chair, drink from your own cup, and look at photographs that remind you who you are, you feel grounded. That emotional stability matters deeply as we grow older. It reduces anxiety. It brings calm. It allows the heart to rest. Nursing homes may be clean and organized, but they cannot recreate the feeling of home. They cannot replace decades of life lived in one place. For me, staying at home means staying connected to myself. That comfort is something I am not willing to give up. Reason number 3, losing daily independence. Another reason I will never go into a nursing home is the loss of daily independence. Independence is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about having a say in your own life. It is about choosing when to wake up, when to eat, when to rest. These choices may seem small, but they shape how we feel each day. In nursing homes, schedules often decide everything. Meals are served at set times. Activities are planned whether you feel like joining or not. Lights go off early. Waking happens early. Over time, your natural rhythm disappears. You begin living according to someone else's clock. I remember a man named Harold who moved into a nursing home after a minor fall. He was 85 and had always enjoyed slow mornings. He liked to read the newspaper before breakfast. In the nursing home, breakfast came early. If he was not ready, he missed it. He told me it made him feel rushed and powerless. Not because the staff was unkind, but because the system was not built around personal choice. Independence keeps the spirit alive. When you can still make decisions, even simple ones, you feel capable, you feel trusted. Losing that can quietly drain confidence. Many seniors begin to withdraw. They stop asking for things. They stop expressing preferences. They simply accept. That is not how I want to live. At home, I may move slower than I once did, but I move on my own terms. I listen to my body. I rest when I need to. I eat when I am hungry. These freedoms remind me that I am still in charge of my life. Daily independence is not about being alone. It is about being respected. And for me, that respect is worth protecting. If you are still watching, and these words speak to your heart, you are not alone. Many seniors feel the same way, but rarely say it out loud. If you stay with me, then write 2 below. Reason number 4, distrust of institutional care. Another reason I will never go into a nursing home is my quiet distrust of institutional care. This does not mean that all nursing homes are bad or that all caregivers lack compassion. Many people work hard and mean well, but institutions are built around systems, not souls. And when systems take priority, individual needs can slowly fade into the background. In places like nursing homes, staff are often overworked and stretched thin. They move from room to room on tight schedules. Even with kindness, there is little time for patience or personal attention. Seniors can begin to feel like tasks instead of people. Meals become routines, conversations become brief. Requests become delays. I once spoke to a woman whose father spent several months in a nursing home. She said the hardest part was watching his personality fade. Not because of illness, but because no one had time to truly listen. He had stories, he had preferences, but the environment did not allow space for those things. Over time, he grew quieter, not weaker, just unseen. Trust is fragile at this age. A harsh tone, a rushed response, a feeling of being ignored can leave deep emotional marks. For someone who has lived a full life and values dignity, that loss of trust is painful. I would rather receive help from people who know me than risk becoming invisible in a system that was never designed for individuality. Reason number 5. The strength of family and community. Another powerful reason I will never go into a nursing home is the strength I receive from family and community. Even small connections matter deeply. A phone call, a knock at the door, a familiar voice asking how you are today. These moments remind us that we still belong. I know a woman named Patricia who is 84. She lives alone, but she is never truly alone. Her daughter visits regularly. A neighbor brings groceries. Church friends check in. Patricia says she feels supported, not managed. That difference means everything to her. She still feels needed. She still feels valued. Family and community support allow seniors to remain part of life, not removed from it. We are not meant to be stored away. We are meant to remain connected. These relationships keep the heart warm and the spirit engaged. They provide comfort that no facility can replicate. Reason number 6. Commitment to self-care and routine. Another reason I will never go into a nursing home is my commitment to caring for myself in simple ways. I may move slower, I may tire more easily, but I still show up for my own life. I wake up, I stretch, I prepare my meals. I take short walks. These small habits protect my independence. I once met a man named James who was 82. He had health challenges, but he stayed active in his own way. He told me every walk was a promise to himself, a promise to remain capable for as long as possible. His discipline kept him confident, and confidence kept him home. Self-care is not about perfection, it is about consistency. When we care for ourselves, we remind our minds that we are still capable. That sense of purpose helps delay dependence and keeps life meaningful. Reason number 7. Choosing how my life ends. The final reason I will never go into a nursing home is deeply personal. I want to finish my life on my own terms. Not in fear, not in surrender, but with intention. I want my final years to reflect who I am, not what others decide for me. Aging does not mean giving up your voice. It means using it wisely. I choose to live where I feel most myself, where my memories live, where my choices matter, where my dignity remains intact. If you are watching this and feeling understood, please know this. You are not wrong for wanting independence. You are not selfish for protecting your dignity. And you are not alone in these feelings. Aging is not about what we lose. It is about what we choose to keep. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Write home with dignity and tell us where you are watching from. And if you found comfort in these words, follow Elderly Roots for more calm and caring messages to help you live safely, independently, and beautifully at every stage of life. Thank you for being here.